first of 2 matchups on New Year's Eve against Boise State. Hi there, folks, and Happy New Year's. This is Corey Williams. My name is Darren Sutton. Welcome back on campus. Not their campus, but back on campus. Glad to have you with us. For Boise State, they, bottom line, and their head coach, Leon Rycord, they want to get back to the tournament. They haven't been there since 2015. They're off to that kind of start.
Well, at 7-1, you definitely can see that case. Picked to finish second in the conference. They got a chance to gain some ground on the favorites today if they can pull off the sweep.
All right, let's roll it and take a peek at the starting lineup for both of these teams. And again, we talk about Leon Rice is the head coach at Boise State. Derek Alston is the heartbeat for this team. In the middle for Richard Washington for San Jose State. This is a big-time scorer, 20 points a game. Jean Prialou, the New York City-born and talented player when he played at Fordham and tries to get things going for San Jose State, the Spartans. Here we go. Let's play some basketball. And Corey and I are certainly glad to have all of you with us. We trust your New Year's was safe, and we're glad to be bringing you college basketball. And again, misplaced, albeit on campus at Grand Canyon. This still is a wonderful facility. They've done some great things here at the mid-major level. And Bryce Drew and his team at Grand Canyon will share the arena. Offensive foul, stepping under and drawing the charge. A great job right out of the gates. That's Abu Kijab out of St. Catharines, Ontario in Canada.
Right here, you're going to see leaving the ground. Never really gave him a place to come down, but obviously initiated the contact. Player control foul.
7-1 start, and again, this Boise State team, 13-15, 2013-2015, going to the NCAA tournament. Never won a game in the tournament. They hope that changes this year. Busy, backing in the paint with some presence. That's Mladen Armush, the young man out of Serbia, redshirt junior, 5 points, but 6 rebounds a game. And you can see he will look to impose his will, this gentleman. He's been doing it a lot. As a matter of fact, the other night, 6 points and 6 rebounds against San Jose State. It's unique, Corey, because of the coronavirus. Teams are sticking and staying. 3-point bucket dropped in by Nate Lacewell, the freshman out of Texas.
San Jose wants to keep that going right now. They're at 100% from the three-point line, as opposed to 12% last time out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, you talked about that. And I just want to finish the thought on that because of and for safety for all the programs. They're playing 2. Leon Rice knows it. Jean Prialou knows it. There's Coach Rice. At one point, a really solid assistant at Gonzaga, but this has been his program since 2010. But so you go to town, and you never did this as a player. You never played 2 against a team in the same site, but that's what they're doing this year for safety.
Well, I like that solution. Get guys, get teams healthy, get them together, play 2 games in 72 hours time and move on. But it's a great way to work through your conference schedule.
Jean Prialou, the New York City-born, a professional, played for the CBA, played in Turkey and Italy, and boy, did he play at Fordham. I mean, he had an incredible career, nearly 1,500 points. These 2 teams played the other day, and it was dominated by Boise State, a 50-plus point win, but they played because of a shakeup with staffing here in this building. They basically played at a workout facility, and that worked out very nicely. A triple dropped in there. 3-pointer, Ray J. Dennis out of Illinois.
He can really shoot the ball, but more importantly, you saw the ball movement that time by Boise State. They really do a great job of swinging it around, getting good looks.
Ray J's a special player. He takes care of the basketball, assist to turnover rate, nearly 3-1. As far as the advanced metrics go, win shares on Basketball Reference, Ray J, that man, is the most important player for the team. A defensive stand and a miss that time by the senior Ralph Agee for San Jose State. Long distance dedication, nowhere close. Ray J, I was just bragging on you, young man. He came up well off the mark that time. That one swung into the corner and off the mark. A couple of minutes have disappeared. Corey and I glad to have you with us. High off the glass, Derek Alston, the lean, athletic, big-time scorer. Alston, we'll say that name a lot. Nice follow. Just kind of slid and sliced Nate Lacewell a couple of times with buckets. Missouri City, Texas, Legacy High School. And again, he's got 5, but this is a guy who averages just 2 per game.
Well, that's good energy right there. A lot of guys stand around and watch a guy score right there, slipped in, got the putback. And they're going to need all the energy they can get. Winning those one-on-one battles, winning those loose balls, getting those defensive rebounds. They've already started the game man-to-man boarding with Boise State. They were beaten by over 20 rebounds, or out-rebounded, I should say, by over 20. So they want to make sure they continue the way they've started these opening minutes.
That's a funny thing. And as we talked about it, the uniqueness of playing back-to-backs against teams like that in the same city. In this case, this is technically a San Jose State home team. Feet got a little bit active as he drifted through the lane. Omari Moore, the energy was there. Here's Lacewell a moment ago.
Right there, everybody standing and looking. Nobody putting a body on him. He slices right to the rim, gets the easy 2 points, and that's basketball one-on-one. Shot goes up. You got to box somebody out.
I know Boise State knows by now that San Diego State was shocked at home today. Not too long ago, that one came to an end. Colorado State went to beautiful San Diego and beat them.
And that's a huge win for that program on the road. Vihas Arena, hostile environment, even without fans.
Ray Dennis with another triple. He was a 3-star recruit out of Oswego East High School. He was a McDonald's All-American nominee, 1,000-point scorer in high school. Ray just a sophomore, an impactful player. Off the mark, firm attempt that time. Big rebound grab by Abu Kijab. You've got a bit of a disadvantage here, size, but again, short on the effort. And a nice job by Ralph Agee. He knows he's up against it.
Yeah, and I like what Agee's doing. He's playing him straight up. But the last 2 possessions, he's given him the jump hook, and I don't know that you want to continue doing that. He's missed a couple, but that won't continue.
You pop in and peek at us. Take a look at the bottom. Check the score strip, the Fox Sports 1 score strip. This is not Grand Canyon. This is Boise State and one of their key players. Wow, taken away. No whistle there. A steal, but no bucket. Thank you, Omari Moore, San Jose State. And a miss.
Boy, you hate to see that. Great play on the defensive end. They get it back to him, and he can't convert the layup, and it looks like Boise State working to get an open shot here, but that could have been a huge 4-point swing.
Aycott bangs that one off the back of the iron. And Emmanuel Aycott, the one-time Arizona transfer. His presence is stronger in the paint. Whose home is this? Well, it's technically Boise State visiting San Jose State in Phoenix. Corey and Darren want to remind you, if there's a player you want to keep an eye on, it's that man right there, Derek Alston Jr., the redshirt senior out of Strake Jesuit High School in Houston, Texas. The accolades certainly there. Preseason player of the year for this year. Julius Erving, small forward of the year. But not only is he a small forward, this is a deadly long-distance shooter as well, Corey.
Great player, an outstanding talent, and well-deserved accolades. And you wonder, you know, with those kind of expectations going into the final year of your career, COVID and everything thrown into the mix, he's still having a sensational season, off to a great start.
Chasing 1,200 points in his career. You can see some of the good numbers there, and you see that 48.5%. His effective field goal percentage, as far as advanced metrics, leads his team at close to 60%. So this is a big-time impact player. Look between Ray Dennis and what they can get from Derek Alston. Then guys like Mladen and Emmanuel Aycott pitching in. This is a team that wants to play for a long, long time. Hope the season extends. But San Jose State was something to say about it. That is Trey Smith from Cypress, California.
Great execution right there by the Spartans. That's a set play out of a timeout. You drive the ball, and you know you want that corner skip pass. It wasn't the best pass, but he's still able to knock it down.
Trey was hoping for that chance, and chatting with him briefly, he was 1 for 10 in the first matchup, just dying for the first opportunity to go to work, and another bounced the way for the Spartans. Here's Trey a moment ago.
A lot of NBA teams run this play. You drive the ball and catch the rotator slip in, and you get it to the corner. And right there, a well-defended shot, but still able to find the bottom.
How good was Trey when he wrapped up his high school career? He scored nearly 1,000 points in a single high school season. 800 points his final year at Saddleback Valley Christian in California. CIF accolades left and right as it's turned over that time. That's 4 turnovers for San Jose State.
And you see the look on Coach's face. He can't believe that. Guys just not establishing eye contact. Ball just sails out of bounds as the player wasn't even looking.
Had a 50-point deficit hung on them a couple of nights ago, and it wasn't a celebratory, I'm sure, New Year's Eve in the first matchup against Boise State. Beautiful high pick, clears things up nicely for Marcus Shaver, the redshirt junior. He's home. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. And another turnover.
You got to defend the ball screen a little bit better than this right there. A little late on the show, and that's going to be a 3-ball side pocket. Got to get a hand up when you're big, hedging on a screen against a guard that can shoot.
Yeah, big high pick as you talked about. Armush out of Serbia. And again, Shaver, who dropped that one in, is from local product, Shadow Mountain High School. So probably didn't plan on coming to Phoenix to play this game. But here he is, and probably seeing some of the familiar sights and sounds of being back in the Valley. Shot clock at 3. Along the baseline, and that one comes up short. Another opportunity. That one grabbed. There's Shaver. Boom, drops it. Welcome home, Marcus.
That second shot's always a lot easier when you see the first one go down. And right there, the Spartans played excellent defense, but couldn't come up with the board. And you talk about extra possessions. They really made him pay that last time. Talked about getting a body on people, and right there, the extra pass to the corner, and it's lights out. You're seeing a very clean offense by Boise State right now. No forced shots, great ball movement.
Shaver's minutes are impact minutes. He plays about 22 minutes per game. But as far as win shares go, at impact in the game per 40 minutes, he's number 1. He is Boise State's most impactful player per minute, obviously, according to the advanced metrics, and he's proven it so far. That one rings in and out. That is a tough bounce. Abu Kijab, who averages 12 with 6 rebounds. Foul in the paint. Thought the feet might have been moving just a little much, but instead the whistle is blown. Kijab's second foul. Team's third foul. There's Shaver. He sits down. He's done his work. And when he was here at Shadow Mountain High School, they had an incredible, a couple years ago, an incredible senior year. Went 27-0 in the Valley, winning a state championship. Transferred in from Portland to Boise State. With just a slip pass right there, and somehow bodies colliding. Caleb Simmons comes up with the bucket.
That's a big bucket for Simmons. I thought it was an and one. He did great work on the post with the up and under. Got the defender in the air and still able to finish.
Simmons had 7 points in the first matchup against Boise State, but struggled. He was 1 of 7 from long distance. He actually played his high school basketball in the Valley, too. Boy, talk about power. That right there is a great example of who Alston can be.
A little example of the old flex play. A lot of coaches like to pull that out. Nice cross screen, brought him right to the block. And boy, you're right, he's a handful when he's that close to the basket.
Yeah, he was about a step under the glass there, and that spoke to his athleticism, and you know, he kind of just flat-footed sprung right up under the basket, and then athletically used the glass. Well off the mark, Alston grabs the board. Emmanuel Akai swings it back out to Alston. Off the back of the iron, and a chance for the Spartans. They trail at 6. Obviously dramatic underdogs in this one after losing by 50 in the first matchup between these two teams.
And you just got to throw that game away. Anytime you get beat by 50, you don't even watch the tape. Talk about the things you did poorly and try to improve.
One thing they've been doing well, Boise State, is playing defense. That time, though, Shaver, who is checked back into the game, along with Max Rice, and is whistled for a foul. There has been an impact all year long. As a matter of fact, for several years for Derek Alston, as he chases 1,200 points in his career. You know you're watching a big game, obviously. Far right, you can see Parks and Rec repped. You can see the Incredibles repped. And Grand Canyon, Andy Stankiewicz, their baseball program repped. And Tom Chambers, we see him all the time in town locally, and we know we have a lot of Star Wars fans. Gonzo is here, Luis Gonzalez. Look, who would have thought that Boise State would play San Jose State, and Luis Gonzalez, always fun to honor the late Kobe Bryant. They do a great job here. Look, the student section here, this isn't the home arena for either team, but Grand Canyon, Bryce Drew, the head coach here now, they do a really nice job. When they can fill it to capacity, they do.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, those students in the Havocs, they are the true stars of college basketball. I don't know that there's a better atmosphere in college basketball. You can talk about some of the blue blood programs and some of their arenas, but man, until you've played at GCU when this place is rocking, you have no idea what a student section can be like.
All right, a quick conversation. Rebounds, total rebounds. San Jose up 9-7 on top of Boise State. They're hanging around. What do you got for me?
That's a super important stat because when there's a miss, there's a nice three ball from the top, but it indicates, not a lot of second shots. You definitely don't want to give Boise State multiple opportunities. So securing that defensive board, that's the key. But there's another turnover right there. A possession without even a shot attempt. You don't want too many of those.
So that's the funny thing, right? And the three-pointer dropped in by Max Rice. He's from Boise, Bishop Kelly High School. Shoots 40% from three. But I think that's the frustrating part of it. They're out rebounding. They're creating opportunities for themselves, but they're turning it over a ton.
Yeah.
And that's points off of turnover. That's where we're seeing it. It's 6-1 turnovers, obviously San Jose State.
Yeah, and Boise State, they do a great job of taking care of the ball. And if you're the Spartans and you're playing against a high-powered offensive team, you have to rebound every miss because that can be the difference in the game.
Alston to his right, cups it by his hip as he flies, and he earned a foul on the hardwood. Boy, is he electric. Just a quick starter when he decides he's ready to move.
Well, he's got the outside shot. And when you have size, being able to shoot sets up everything else. You have to respect his jumper. And then, of course, the closer he takes you to the rim, the better he gets with that size.
A little bit firm on the pass from Rice there. A rare turnover for Boise State. By the way, that foul on Dalcourt just a few moments ago. His first personal foul, and for San Jose State, just 3 team fouls. Certainly whistles haven't been the story thus far in this one, and you like that.
San Jose State wants to get something towards the rim, be aggressive. Contested shots are not going to be good.
Boy, off to his left, sweeping and sliding through. Ralph Agee, the senior, the sociology major.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Get something right to the rim, challenge Boise State defenders. Don't just settle for jumpers.
San Jose State tries to create a second chance. Alston says, not this time. Firm, that was a long distance attempt, but a second chance and a shot at a three-point play. Bucket good, rebound good. Mladen Armush, the 6'10" redshirt junior.
And that's what's so frustrating. You're going to see the shot go up. It comes off, but they don't get a body on him. He powers it up, and then you see the ticky-tack foul on the wrist. That's not going to be enough to stop him. And the frustrating thing about that is you get the Broncos to miss their first 2 shots, but you don't rebound those misses, and now you give up an and one.
Armush, who transferred in from Eastern Tennessee State University, drops in the three-point roundabout, and there we go. 3 more big points. Leads the team in blocks as well. Has played for the Serbian national team. As a matter of fact, Armush was part of a team that won bronze U17 Worlds in Dubai several years ago. Just inside that three-point line. That one dropped in there by Amari Moore. He's out of Pasadena, California.
That's a nice-looking shot. You get the big fella coming out into no man's land. He can't guard him out there. Nice pull-up jumper.
Morris had his moments a couple of years ago, had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists against St. Mary's in a game. And fighting hard, scrapping for the basketball. The Spartans end up with it.
And that's what you want to see right there for San Jose State. That aggressiveness, dive into the ball, getting on the floor. Just a 6-point game. At this point in the game, a couple of days ago, things were getting out of hand, and right now you see him staying aggressive.
Beautiful penetration and pass, but firm. The effort there off the mark by Richard Washington. Acott, little no-look dump pass. And the feet got a little too busy there for Armush.
Right here, you're going to see nice little ball screen. Big man's just a little late. Get his feet moving, and then you hit him with the rocker pull-up jumper. Not too many guys at 6'10" can test a play like that.
6 of 15 from the floor for San Jose State. That's 40%. 8 of 21. That's very similar. 38% for Boise State. Boise State's won 8 in a row in this matchup. Bang! That triple is dropped in there by Dalcourt. His first couple of points, Jalen Dalcourt.
And you see the energy right now for San Jose State. It's a 3-point game. Like we said, a couple of days ago, they were letting go of the rope and got blown out. But right now, they've come out. They're executing. They're contesting. They're diving for loose balls.
Bangs home a triple. Rice with the answer. 3 times Max Rice was All-State in Idaho.
And he really stretches the floor. They go 4 out, 1 in. And they're really looking to post up, and if you sag off at all, Rice will make you pay.
Has that low set. Almost looks like he's firing it from his waist. It's a unique look for Rice, but it's deadly. He plays about 23 minutes a game for Leon Rice. Yeah, the part about confidence is everything, right? When someone smacks you upside the head by 50, how do you respond? The longer you hang around, the more you believe you can upset your foe. This game, obviously, in a different home spot for San Jose State. Fox Sports 1 presents Mountain West basketball. The Spartans hanging around with Boise State. When you take a look at where the RPI has a team like Boise State, it's at 25 coming in. San Diego State, who was in that 15 spot, will drop pretty dramatically, obviously, with the loss to Colorado State. You want to talk about an RPI bounce. If you're Colorado State, go to San Diego, beat San Diego State. They'll probably go from 100 to, heck, maybe gain 40, 50 points up that ladder.
It's all about the quadrant wins. In terms of the NCAA tournament, that's a huge win. I'll get a good bounce from that.
Part of the story here, Rice has been impactful, certainly for Boise State. He's got 6 points. Dad, the head coach, on the sideline. They anticipated that effort that time, though. Amari Moore with the shot block.
Great little zone look right there by the Spartans.
Step back triple. Bang! And yet another for Dalcourt. He's got 6 points now. He's got a pair of rebounds as well.
And that's the third one he's taken. He's 2 for 3 on that step back behind the screen. He shoots that with a lot of confidence. That's tough to guard.
See the numbers from long distance. Acott backs in, will fire it out with a quick pass. Emmanuel will get another opportunity. That one rings in and out. Rice keeps it alive. Acott flying through. Comes up short. Nice job defensively. And Acott will be whistled for the foul.
And look at the energy on the bench right now for San Jose State. They're up on every defensive stop. But right here, this is a nightmare to defend. You got to go under. But when you got a guy that can shoot it, you need more help from your big man. They can't leave me out there. Got to rotate because that is nothing but net.
So for Dalcourt, these are his first minutes playing for San Jose State. He previously played for Tallahassee Community College and then last year for Iowa Western Community College. It's got to be fun for him.
Yeah, if you're Boise State, you got to figure out a way. You may have to start trapping him off that ball screen because if you go under, he's got the hot hand.
Swung into the corner. A miss that time. That's Sebastian Mendoza, the freshman from Southern California, specifically from Riverside. Just sliced right through. I'm taking it myself. A key jab with the bucket that time.
Big time mismatch. No need to make things complicated. Get right to the block and go to work.
Ejab had a game his junior year. He's a senior this year against Cal State Northridge. 33 points, 11 rebounds. He's had huge moments. Threw up 19 against College of Idaho earlier this year. 7 of 8 from the floor. Welcome to the big time. That time a little bit firm. The one thing he's not lacking in his first Division I game is confidence, slicing all the way through. Boy, he went down hard. I mean, really hard. Shaver went sliding like he was on ice underneath the bucket that time. Ended up on his backside. Ended up with a bucket as well.
You see the toughness. He's got the mismatch. Nice little overhand dribble, beats the big, off the glass with the finesse. And that's back-to-back layups for Boise State at a time where the momentum had kind of swung to the Spartans.
Box plus minus, #1 on the team for Marcus Shaver. Again, we've shared with you earlier, his minutes aren't plentiful, but impactful. 14 points, 5 rebounds a game. Beautiful pass inside, but it's slapped free. Wheeling and dealing underneath, a little bit firm. You thought for a moment a miracle might be pulled out by Mendoza. All the way, hammer time. We knew sooner or later they would turn Acott loose. Emmanuel, dunk.
And there you see the turnover, the missed layup, and everybody was out of position as Boise State did an outstanding job of pushing the tempo. Right there, great bounce pass. Acott knows what to do, takes it up high, but right here, look at the look off. He knows where he's going. The last second delivers the spin pass. Good finish in transition. That's 3 consecutive layups for the Broncos as they push this out to a 9-point game.
Emmanuel Acott played 48 games for Sean Miller and the Wildcats. 2.5 points, 1.7 rebounds per game. Or better said, 7 points and 5 rebounds per 40 minutes of play for the Wildcats. Saw him play quite a bit in an Arizona uniform. Penetration pass, easy chance for Agee. He took it from Amari Moore.
Moore with the outstanding breakdown up front, just totally blew by his man and created that bucket for his teammate.
I think Acott's feeling it. Off the mark, a little bit firm off the back of the iron. He was completely committed to shooting that time. Dribbles away. Look at Shaver, goes hard to the ground, comes up with it. Here he goes out front. Penetrates, firm pass to Acott. I mean, really firm, about 85 miles an hour to the midsection. San Jose State hanging around. Remember, they lost by 50-plus points the other night. After all, this is their home building. Feels kind of uncomfortable, but they're defending it. They hope for an upset today. Rob and Steve, thank you very much. Look forward to that halftime report. So there's about 3:30 to play with here, Corey. And if you're Jean Prialou, the head coach of San Jose State, what do you hope your bunch accomplishes in 3:30?
You want to continue to do the things you've been doing well. Rebounding the ball. You obviously don't want to see turnovers over the last 3.5 minutes here. But the main thing is what you've already seen is your team has some character. They got some heart. They took a butt whooping a couple of days ago, and they've shown up here in the first half and have played good basketball. All coaches want to know that their team has some backbone, and he can definitely take a little bit of comfort in seeing the way they've responded in this first half.
Both these teams, Corey, are at an equal 41% from the floor. Turnovers certainly the story, 7-3, but 7's not a disturbing number for San Jose State. They certainly don't like the 7. 3, of course, is common. I mean, Boise State really takes care of the basketball. Just outside of that free throw line, a lid on the bucket as it rings in and out. And Marcus Shaver with the miss. Great part of watching Shaver. He's got 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist in the first half. Trying to do some damage. Beautiful penetration. Great look, but a miss that time by Trey Smith.
Well, I really like the offensive set right there for San Jose State. Letting Moore run the point. He's so quick. Created 2 good looks for his teammates last couple of trips.
Smith 7 of 28 from long distance coming in with the miss that time. Had 7 points and 3 rebounds the other night. Whistle sends it back the other way. Lacewell whistled for his first personal foul for San Jose State. 7 of 14, 23 points. It's been a nice run for him. You talk about how hot he has been. 88 points his last 4 games. Alston. He's got 7 rebounds in this one. And he's looking for his 4th point, and he's got it.
You can look at the type of player he is in terms of his outside shot, his ability to defend. He's got the great size. Would not be surprised to see him playing basketball after college, for sure.
Nothing there. Great job defensively by the Broncos. Look at him. Look at him handle the basketball. Unbelievable. And he'll go to the line. Alston, 6'9", pushing 6'10", long. I mean, you look at that 7-foot wingspan, and you watch him handle the basketball.
At the line for Boise State, number 21.
Dad played for 18 years as a pro. Head coach in the D-League. And he does lead this Boise State team in dunks. He came in with 11.
Now in the game for Boise State, number 20.
They are a dunking dominating team as far as foes they have played. 22-1 coming in against their opposing teams. You saw Dalcourt, who's been a great story in his first college game for San Jose State a moment ago.
You know, Darren, most dunks are obviously transition plays.
Yeah.
So when you've only given up one, that to me indicates obviously they're not turning the ball over, not a lot of open court opportunities.
And that reaction, off the bench they come, flexing and enjoying the work of their teammates. That teammate, Ralph Agee, with the bucket.
Once again, more spoon feeding. You look at his size out front. He breaks down the defense, gets everybody in the air, and then finds the big fella for the easy two. That's his third setup right there. There you see the contact off the glass.
It's got to feel good for Moore. I mean, this is an athlete that does share the basketball, but coming in 13 assists, 14 turnovers, leads his team in steals, but he has been part of the story. Agee's one of those athletes that took advantage of a beautiful pass, as you said. About 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, 63% free throw shooter.
And I really like that combination of Moore out front, coming downhill, finding guys in the corner, finding big men along the baseline. He's got the size and the quickness to make some things happen for San Jose State.
One shot. One. This shit coming off.
Austin looked like he had taken an elbow or a glance there on the lip. Look at the effort, just firing in, trying to grab the basketball. A.J. Dennis. You and I were talking about Dennis, Midwesterner, Oswego, Illinois. You're familiar with that neck of the woods.
Oswego used to be in my high school conference, Little 7 conference. He's a great player, played basketball with a good friend of mine, Kenny Battle, who was with that Flying Illini team. Kenny Battle's son played at Oswego along with him. But yeah, that's my neck of the woods. They're no longer in the Little 7 conference, as you can tell. Things have changed. A lot of growth in the area, but definitely a hometown talent.
Returning from the Broncos, number 21.
Alston comes back on. And Dennis just joining us. Though Alston is kind of, to use a casual word, the star of this team, this man is the heartbeat that makes him go at the free throw line. Coming in, 35 assists, only 13 turnovers. 35-13 coming in.
Those are good numbers. You want 2-to-1, and you want a real great guard to get you to 3-to-1. You know, turnovers to assists. There you see Moore coming downhill again, trying to drop it off.
Alston's got it, gets it to his teammate Shaver. Oh my goodness, just willed that one in. Incredible effort there. Shaver's a special player, and he's showing it time and time again. Dalcourt was right there with him the entire time. Boise State steps defensively. Oh, how about you, Dalcourt? He's got 8 in his college debut. D1 debut, to be clear.
Couple of 3 balls and a really nice floater right there. Saw the defender coming. Good body control.
So, Corey, if I'm listening earlier and you're San Jose State, you're thinking single digits, single digits.
Yeah, you want to make a statement, get this to single digits, but right now they've been in the bonus for the last 2 minutes, and they keep sending them to the line, which is, you know, defend without fouling. You like the energy, but you got to understand time and score. Can't be making silly fouls when someone's in the bonus.
Dennis in a win against the BYU, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists earlier this year. Had a 13-7-7 game against Sam Houston State. Great defender. Drops in a second free throw. Dennis having a fabulous first half. He's got 12 points. He's perfect from the line. Speaking of perfect, by the way, Boise State to win the other night was 25-25. They went over San Jose State. How about that flush? Washington with the triple.
Spartans playing well from behind the line. There you see the good defense, but they've got to come up with those rebounds. They're lucky right there. They dodged the bullet. Now they're in transition.
Washington with that three a moment ago. His first points of the game. He's got a rebound and an assist. Up with it again. Wow! Oh, my goodness. Richard, how about you?
Darren, he was shooting that before he even got it. He literally had that thought as the ball, and a nice little dribble handoff, but there was no question that was going up.
It is 7. San Jose State down by 7. The dump in, I should say, to the big fella. Nice job defensively. Stepping right in front. AG was there in front of Mladen Armush. Hang with us, halftime. Upset Saturday, Big 12. Rob and Steve will bring you Rob Stone, Steve Lavin, Iowa Rutgers, Creighton Providence Thriller. We told you what happened with San Diego State. I'm sure they'll have some thoughts there about that one. Hang with us for the half. Rice with a soft touch. Firing in hard and then earning a whistle. Maybe he just fired in too hard. Ralph Agee whistled for the foul.
Another missed opportunity right there for the Spartans. They defended the inbounds well. They got them to miss the first shot, but as a team, they've got to get down there and help him out and come up with that defensive rebound somehow.
Think about the history of these two teams as Armush is at the line. 75% free throw shooter coming in. San Jose State rankings, when have they joined that party? It's been more than a half century. As a matter of fact, they were ranked twice, San Jose State in the 1950 season. For Boise State, 14-15 season. It was March when they wrapped up their regular season. They won 14-15 to end the 14-15 season. They were ranked in that 25 spot. Boise State, a team on behalf of Coach Rice, who believes they can return to those rankings this year. Alternating possession on a jump ball. Talk about sniffing it out and stepping right in. That's a great effort by Shaver.
You know, basketball is a game of details. You don't rebound well, you send people to the free throw line, and right there, just a little bit of sloppy play, held ball, and another possession where you don't even get to shoot.
Marcus Shaver, the redshirt junior, the Portland transfer, played 64 games, all WCC a couple of times, 14 points, 3 rebounds a game when he played for Portland.
Boise State going to wind this down, try to finish in a ball screen, but there you see the Spartans switching up to a 1-3-1 just to throw a monkey wrench in whatever they got planned.
Boise State, one of their last 7 from the floor, 1 for 7. Fires that one away, and look at this, 4 seconds to pull even closer. They're down 8, and again, remember, they lost by 50 plus the other night. Look, this is a great timeout. Prelude wants to make sure he doesn't waste this opportunity.
Well, Prelude just had the genius move to set the zone to force a turnover.
Corey and Darren. Corey, what happens here for San Jose State?
Got to get downhill to the rim, try to draw a foul, put pressure on the officials to send you to the line. Do not settle for a fadeaway or anything weak.
Time disappears. Up with it quickly. Oh, just off the mark in his first Division I game. Dalcourt had 8 points in his first half at the D1 level, the junior college transfer. This is a totally different game. The last time these two teams played, it was a 50-point loss. 50 for San Jose State. A very different look. As a matter of fact, San Jose, 4 of their last 5 from the floor. They've made a contest of it. Rob and Steve with all the action from around the country at the half. Corey and I will be back in Phoenix after that. Part of the great story of this game is why San Jose hangs around. It's Jalen Dalcourt in his Division I debut. Back in high school at Lafayette High School, he's a great high jumper. A couple of years at JUCO, and now he's getting his first crack at it. Look, Ray J. Dennis has been great, but Corey, it's Jalen Dalcourt one of the key reasons they're hanging around in this game.
His step back 3 behind the ball screen has been lethal. Got the hot hand, got it going early.
You can see some of the numbers in this one. From the floor, San Jose State had a nice little run to take it into the locker room. What else jumps out at you, Corey?
Well, they're not running away in any statistical category right now. San Jose State hanging tight in terms of shooting the ball well, shooting it decent from beyond the arc. They're getting out rebounded, but not by a ton. But it's those points off turnovers that they want to try to limit in terms of Boise State getting those easy transition buckets.
Prelu, who had such a great career at Fordham, taking into the 1992 NCAA tournament as a player. Second all-time in steals and scoring, fifth all-time in points.
An outstanding developer of talent at Colorado. Colorado sent a number of guys to the NBA, and he had a good hand in the development of those players as well.
Alston with a nice lead pass up with it defensively, looking to stop things, unable to do so. Is Ralph Agee. He is whistled for the foul. Big man, Layden Armush, running the floor pretty well.
Darren, we just got through talking about points off turnovers, and they start the half with a turnover, and then they commit the transition foul, and Broncos will have a chance for 2 free throws here.
Armush misses the first 2 of 4 from the line. 6 points, 5 rebounds. You saw him on that graphic just a moment ago. Interestingly enough, when you see Boise State at 10 of 12 from the line, we mentioned it the other night, as he misses both. They didn't miss any the other night. They had that 54-point win, 52-point win over San Jose State. They were 25 of 25 from the line. Crazy.
That's a great statistic. Jumps out at you. That's several different players going to the line, all of them concentrating, knocking them down.
There's a triple. Speaking of knocking them down, that one dropped down by Omari Moore.
Well, he's having a great game in terms of setting the table for his teammates right there. They find him in the corner for the knockdown 3. Very talented young man.
They just want a reason to hop off their bench. They want a reason, San Jose State, to get excited. Jump hook, little baby jump hook. Hijab, the senior.
That's the second time he's taken the smaller defender down with the block. Nice, easy work, little half jump hook. That's so hard to stop.
Hijab's got 4 points, a couple of rebounds, and an assist.
Great defense right there by Acott, guarding the smaller player. Keeps his feet moving late in the possession. We'll see if the Broncos can close out with a stop here.
Little spin just inside that free throw line. Washington with the bucket.
That was nice. Washington got the defender in the air, took his time, knocked down the elbow jumper.
Just a 5-point lead for Boise State. Alston has it stripped as he tries to penetrate. That's a Boise State bounce, though. And a miss on a layup. Looked like his feet almost went out from under him, Armush, there.
He got away with a walk, in my opinion, but it didn't matter because he blew the layup, and now it's the Spartans with a chance to possibly cut this to a 3-point game.
Here's Washington just a moment ago, Richard Washington.
Boise State foul number 10.
You're going to see the take, the pump fake, defender flies by, a little reverse pivot, keeps his foot down on the ground and knocks down the jumper. Very nifty, almost like a horse move right there.
24 and 4 rebounds at Cal Poly. His freshman year had 31 points in a game against Air Force. At Air Force with 9 rebounds. He's had big moments. And you think about Washington, this is a player that came in averaging 20 points a game. Short. Frustrated that time, earning the whistle. Looked like they'll hang that one on Agee as he flies trying to grab the rebound. And that's 4, by the way, 4 fouls on Agee.
That is a silly way to earn your 4th foul. You are too valuable to this team to be headed to the bench. Not even 2 minutes into the game, into the second half with your 4th foul. Had no chance of getting that rebound. Got to be a little bit more disciplined when you're a valuable player like he is.
So big minutes now for Chase Courtney as Agee sits down. Courtney, number 40, working in the paint right now defensively. He's a local product out of Scottsdale, Arizona, on the east side of town. Acott from 3.
His assignment is going to be easy. Defend and rebound right there. They give up another offensive rebound to this Boise State Bronco team, which is punishing them in the paint right now.
Yeah, getting inside, and especially those total rebounds. It wasn't that way early. It's been a big-time swing. It's +6 in rebounds for Boise State. It wasn't that way early, though, Corey.
No. Spartans did a great job of getting bodies on people, and we're
How about
actually
that number
rebounding.
8-1, by the way, on offensive rebounds? 8-1.
Yeah. Second chance buckets. All coaches, I believe, second chance buckets are the cause of most gray hairs of college coaches nationwide. If you did a poll, I think they'll tell you that's where that comes from.
It's like giving up a 2-out RBI in baseball. That's what I liken it to.
Each coach, they have a mini stroke with every offensive rebound their team gives up. If you could cut to their faces when it happens, they all have the same reaction. They know how valuable that ball is, especially when you get the team to miss. You got to get that defensive rebound.
That man, we don't want him having any of those moments you talked about. He only has given up 1 offensive rebound. Energy alert, by the way. Marcus Shaver is on. Heads up. This is a guy who brings it every time he's out there. 8 points, 3 rebounds in the first half. Number 0 on that orange jersey.
And I know they won a couple of days ago by 50, but you got to credit Boise State. San Jose State's made some tough shots and has hung around. But Boise State hasn't handed them anything. They've been great with the ball. They haven't really turned it over. They've gotten shots each possession. They've played solid.
Just going to work there, wanting a whistle. No whistle that time. Key jab. Shaver sets up another opportunity.
They really dodged a bullet right there. They gave up the offensive rebound, but it didn't result in the made three-pointer. See if the Spartans can capitalize here.
Shaver's got 4 rebounds in this contest. Uh-oh, triple by Lacewell, the Texan.
Got to get out on him right now. He's playing the 4 position, a little hesitation, but he can shoot that.
Without a field goal for 3 minutes now, Boise State 0 for their last 5.
And we love what you're seeing out of the Spartans. 3 of them going up for that defensive rebound there. You see the offensive rebound, a second, a third effort, the activity.
Man. How did that not happen? Shaver all the way, hammered, no whistle. Second chance, follow-up, Abu Kijab.
And there you see the toughness of Boise State on those second and third efforts. But right there was a golden opportunity for the Spartans to really make some noise. They had a couple of chances at some stops and a couple of really good looks on that last possession.
Kijab, such a great rebounder. He usually goes to the line a bunch more than anybody else on his team, but has not been to the line at all for Boise State. Set up that second chance point a moment ago. The local product coming up short. Courtney, we told you, is important. With AG with 4 fouls watching from the bench. Alston all the way. And he missed a great opportunity. Firm pass up with it quickly. How in the world did that go in? He was sitting on his shorts when that one dropped home.
Interesting to see what the call is here.
Let's take a look a moment ago. Did they lose the bucket? Moore assisted on it. A couple of buckets quick for San Jose State. They're hanging around. They're trailing it by just 3. This one went in. Yikes. There are many in the Valley here in the Phoenix area that say they fell in love with the sport of basketball because of Paul Westphal. And certainly it's just a sad day. He passed away, succumbed to brain cancer at 70 years old, survived by his wife Cindy and his family. Our thoughts and prayers with the Westphal family. But he coached here at Grand Canyon. He coached with the Suns. He was such an important part of the Suns as a player in the 70s, the 5-time All-Star, a Valley sports legend. That's the best way to sum it up. Paul Westphal passes away at 70 years old.
An amazing legacy, an amazing person, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with his family, but you really can't measure the impact he had on basketball here in the Valley.
Jerry Colangelo saying he was so cerebral. His mind was 3 steps ahead of his foes. Adam Silver saying it's a great all-around man for the era of basketball. He impacted the game so much. Sad news today. He won an NAIA championship, Coach Westphal did here at Grand Canyon when they played at the small college level. He leaned in and earned that one. And a whistle that time is hung on Nate Lacewell. Lacewell whistled for the foul. His third personal foul.
That's such a smart play. You just took a big three-pointer. They've cut the lead to 3. You're coming into your offense out of a timeout. It's late in the possession, only 6 seconds remaining. He has the presence of mind to hit him with the pump fake and draw the foul.
Another key jab. 67% free throw shooter. We were just talking about how he hadn't been to the line. Well, he's at the line. Caleb Simmons comes on for the Spartans. He goes to the line more than anybody else for Boise State coming in this year.
He loves to get down there on the block and use his size, and that was a very smart play with just 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock to get a pair of free throws at a time where if the Spartans get a stop, the run continues. They've got the hot hand right now and a little bit of the momentum.
Kejab started his college career at Oregon. That's a 4-star recruit. Matter of fact, with Kejab and Acott, both high recruits, a couple of the highest to ever come on in, as that triple is dropped in by Richard Washington. Pounds on his chest as he pulls his team closer.
And you have to credit Chase Courtney on that 3 because he posted up so strong, they had to rotate over and defend him, and that opened up the 3. Right there, wide open 3. That's just shooting practice right there. But it was Chase Courtney that forced the switch, he posted up, and then they got caught in the exchange, and that opened up the 3.
That's a great catch by you. We talked about how important he would be, Courtney, with AG watching with 4 fouls. It's not always about points and rebounds, is it?
No, it's not. And when you're a big man and you're out there setting screens for guards, the moment you feel a switch, you've got to dive to the rim and force the other team to react. And he did a great job of that on the last possession.
Oh, my goodness, just inside the 3-point line. Washington with another.
And they got to do something about him. He's at the playground right now having a ball, up and unders, wide open jumpers. You can talk about momentum. They have it right now.
Beautiful give and go. That one hammered home. Slam dunk. Beautiful passing. Armush closes.
We always talked about it. Credit the Broncos for answering, but there's a bigger answer right there.
Wow. Dalcourt in his Division I debut has 10 points now as he earns a chance to go for 11.
This is great body control. Dives in to the defender, creates the contact, goes glass, and gets a chance for the and one. That's the second time Alston's given up an and one. He knows he got away with one right there. Just dove into him. Now he'll shoot an extra free throw.
Come on, Jalen, smile a little bigger. We told you he was an excellent at Lafayette High School in Louisiana, great high jumper. State-level high jumper. That kind of had the look of a high jump there as he pushed back and earned that bucket.
Darren, I'm going to be honest, the game has changed so much in the last 20 years. Back in our day, you're going to foul that guy, and that ball's never even going to get to the rim.
Got it.
That's a flagrant 1 these days. So little guys going into the paint, diving into people, getting and ones, that's something that's a part of the game that just simply wasn't there a while ago.
Makes sense. Spectacular it has allowed an athlete like that who doesn't stand amongst the trees. He stands at 6'2", as Alston earned himself a chance to go to the line right back and the answer back. San Jose State leads in this game. Now it's pulled even at 53-53.
You know, Darren, there have been so many rule changes over the years. They've done away with the hand check. They're trying to promote more movement, freedom of movement, higher scores, to let players be more dynamic and more effective. But nothing hurts more than that inability to bump a cutter or to send a good physical foul to discourage someone from driving the lane. Those days are over.
Again, into the corner. Wow, another triple. Washington has got 19.
We used to say at Arizona, KYP, know your personnel. You've got to know where he is at all times.
San Jose State is 5 of their last 5 from the floor, and that's Washington. I mean, that is straight Washington.
He has a great penetration, good unselfish play, but Washington is out there towing the line all by himself, and he's the hottest man in the gym right now. Nothing but buckets.
Marcus Shaver with the first free throw make. Courtney earned the foul just a moment ago, his 3rd personal. Maybe with a couple of clutch free throws, as they're in a dogfight right now with San Jose State.
And if I know Coach Rice, I think he's probably seen enough of the Washington show, and he'll probably be instructing his guys to, hey, I need you to stay in his jersey these final 12 minutes because this is ridiculous. He's a great player, but defensively, you're seeing breakdowns where guys just aren't rotating to a guy who's knocking down shots.
5 of 8 from three-point land for Washington. 7 of 12 overall from the floor. 19 points, a rebound, and a couple of assists for Richard.
Something simple like a 1-2-2 press. And would you look at this, for the first time tonight, Boise State goes to a zone.
And it works. It absolutely works. Why was that move made, Corey?
You got a guy out there that's lighting you up, an outstanding one-on-one play. The zone eliminates that possibility. It forces them to play as a team. Kind of cools that hot hand. He's got to find a way to score. You can't just go blind into a zone. You got to run your zone set. So great call right there by Coach Rice. Get to that zone. Try to make the Spartans think a little bit, because we said earlier, they've been at the playground the last 5 minutes. Great one-on-one plays. That's what's got them in this game.
Simmons whistled for the foul. Caleb, a young man out of Desert Vista High School here in the Phoenix area, that's his 4th. So he's in foul trouble. First free throw is a go for Emmanuel Acott. Acott's got just 3 points. He struggled from the floor, 1 of 7. His first free throw make.
Obviously a tremendous player around the rim. Working on that finesse game, trying to get that high post jumper and all those perimeter moves, but with his size and ability, you see him out there on the point of the press. His job is just to get deflections, just to get a piece of the pass and force the turnover. Right now, San Diego State struggling organizing their offense against the zone.
High pick for Courtney. Penetration. Is that a whistle underneath? He got it on the floor. Whistle. That hangs on Marcus Shaver. We will step aside. This is a very different second time through for Boise State and San Jose State. The story is San Jose State and changing the face of this rivalry, which has been dominated by Boise State, a 50-plus point loss a couple of days ago. And the big reason why is Richard Washington, the senior who came in averaging 20, has taken over here in the second half.
Well, he saw a couple of shots drop early to start the game, but here in the second half, he's been amazing, just hitting from everywhere. You're talking about one-on-one in transition. Once he saw one go down, he just kept taking them, and he kept making them. And he's the reason right now that San Jose State only finds themselves down a deuce. He's had the hot hand. He's pretty much been unstoppable.
And then another small part of that is that Ralph Agee, who has 4 fouls, has sat and watched. That means the big minutes for freshman Chase Courtney, when you look at plus minus, Courtney in his 10 minutes is +7.
That's what you got to do. You got next man up. Come in, do your job. Defend and rebound. Give your team a chance while someone's ladled with 4 fouls. That's been the difference.
And look at the difference. They're making their shots, obviously. Whoever the personnel is on the floor, they're making their shots. That's an incredible graphic right there. That tells the entire story. San Jose State playing as the home team here at Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. Penetration and bucket for Max Rice.
San Jose State, you've been playing too well this evening to let that happen. Rice goes all the way to the rim, uncontested for a finger roll. Can't have that in a high-stakes game like this. Right here, Rice goes. Nobody rotates. He's able to get a nice move off the glass, but San Jose State scratched themselves back into this game. You can't be giving up layups this late in the game.
All right, Mr. Agee, looks like you're going to get an opportunity to come onto the floor. Nice run there out there for the freshman Chase Courtney, who sits down.
Now, Boise State was getting cooked man-to-man. They've been in this zone, and it's been successful. And I think you're going to see a lot more of it until the Spartans prove they can knock down some shots.
And a whistle, diving, and a foul is handed out. Not at all feeling right. Dalcourt goes down hard. Interesting choice there. Armush leaving his feet. A big fella, a long ways away from the bucket.
Well, that's what you want to do against the zone. You want to pass to the weak side and then swing it to the corner and force that big man to come all the way out and contest that corner shot. Most big men can't cover that ground that fast. And there you see it results in a foul.
Dalcourt with 3 free throws. As he drops in the first, 2 of 2 from the line. 11, now 12 points in his Division I debut. Played at Iowa Western Community College his sophomore year, 11 points, shooting 40% from the field. Tallahassee Community College his freshman year. He played with Richard Washington there a couple of years ago.
That young man's having a monster game right now. Big shots in the first half. Playing well. Now it's the Spartans with a little zone of their own. Great ball denial.
Shaver was waiting all day long for the basketball, and it's a miss, but a second chance created by the Serbian. Armush grabs the rebound. Shaver this time penetrates. Up with it, in with it. Marcus Shaver. Boy, can Dalcourt elevate and drain. Elevate and drain.
He loves the ball screen. That's his 3rd triple off the ball screen. They have got to trap him. It's official. With 10 minutes to go, do not let him shoot behind the screens.
There's an answer right back. It's been a little bit more of a quiet night. Rebounds have been the story for Alston, but this time he pitches in with a bucket.
Talked about his size at 6'9". When he can get into the paint, he's almost unstoppable.
Dalcourt just shoved Rice to the ground. No whistle there. Washington clears some space. Zips that one at the bucket. Rolls off the top with a miss. Halfway through this second half. Under 10 till they wrap this ball game up. It's been a great one. Alston, great work underneath to clear himself, and a whistle will send Boise State to the line.
Spartan foul number 10 on Larry Moore, his first. At the line for Boise State.
Moore's first foul, Amari Moore, first personal. 7th team foul. That's a big number right there at the 9:48 mark. Bonus time already. Alston's got 10 points. He's a perfect 6 of 6 from the line. 6 of 7 now.
You just had to jinx him, didn't you?
I'm too far away to take any responsibility for that. I refuse responsibility.
Returning Spartan number 22, Lacewell.
But you played at this level. I didn't, so I'll take the blame.
Well, he couldn't hear you, so.
That's right. We have more of the treehouse effect in this one, up here safe, but it's a fun perspective. For you, I'm curious, as someone who's called so many games, played at the highest of levels, what do you like about being maybe a little bit higher up watching the game?
Bird's eye view, you can see the offense unfolding a little bit better than you can if you're courtside. You can see what players are working on in terms of spacing.
It's a fun perspective up here.
Yeah, I know. This is a skybox area. I could never afford these seats if it wasn't for work.
This, the home of Grand Canyon University. We're on the west side of Phoenix, Arizona. This is the acting home court for this matchup anyway for San Jose State. They couldn't pull this building together. They played the other night as that one is a mess on New Year's Eve. A place called Ability 360, just a field house, a workout space where they pulled this game together and they played in the workout space. Kudos to the programs. Figured we came all the way to Phoenix, and if we can't get inside of this building, we'll go play somewhere else.
Yeah, it's amazing what the conferences and the coaches and the presidents and everyone's been able to pull off with college basketball so far this season. Everyone obviously knowing what you're up against and the things that you have to deal with.
Dalcourt penetrated, dumped it out for a pass and a three-point attempt, and a miss by Trey Smith. Shaver's fun. Number 10 in orange with the basketball a minute ago. And a whistle prior to the shot. Yeah, for both of these teams, it's daily testing early in the morning. When you think you're an athlete and you can grab your sleep and maybe sleep until noon, you're up at 7 every single morning and you're testing. You're making sure that you're able to play, that your team is able to play, that your foe can safely play you. It's just such a commitment. And for most of these guys, it's been going on since they got back. Some of them in the late summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can take comfort a little in the fact that they're all in it together. You know that most teams and most players are all doing the same thing because they all love the game and they want to compete. And right now, that's the protocol.
Yeah, I have a level of respect being around young athletes, personally anyway, at the high school and college level, baseball and basketball this year. Those that went through 2020 that play at a high level of sport, to me, you will always be different. You will always be different. Your 2020-21 season will always be different than anything you ever went through. And I think you're better for it, as unique as that sounds, as tragic as that has been globally. I mean, the depth and the commitment these athletes have had to show, it's been noticeable.
Absolutely. Trying to play sports during the middle of a global pandemic is not an easy concept for a lot of players to get their head around. But you know, the leadership from the coaches to the athletic departments to the universities, the conferences, has been outstanding. And these young people, men's and women's sports, have proven they can rise to the challenge.
And all the while, taking collegiate level classes and passing them and making the grades they need to make. Some of them Dean's List students working toward their next career, whatever it may be. That one off the back of the iron and a miss that time by Alston. And he almost ran out of options, didn't he, there, Washington. Turned around and was glad he could see Dalcourt awaiting the basketball.
We'll see a lot of reaching and grabbing here with 8 minutes left. A little fatigue starting to set in for both teams defensively. Not playing great on the ball defense.
Jalen Dalcourt with 17 points, 4 of 4 from the line, 3 rebounds. Line drive stroke on that free throw. Those are some shoulders I wouldn't want to run into. His strength wrapped around those arms, those broad shoulders and sharp elbows from Dalcourt. He has proven to be an elite jumper. That's been one of the more fun parts, watching him work at 6'2". He's got a mismatch right now on Acott defensively, and Acott takes advantage.
Great take right there by Acott. Once he saw the switch, it was just green light all the way to the rim. Used his size to his advantage right there. They've got him trailing Washington, which is going to be a difficult defensive assignment.
Emmanuel Acott for Arizona had hopes and dreams of being a big-time part of Sean Miller's program. He has found his home here with Leon Rice. It's been quiet so far today for him. Maybe in the last 5 or 6 minutes, he'll explode. A spectacular time of the year to be in the Valley of the Sun. It's cool at night now, just above freezing in Phoenix, Arizona, but the sunshine is gorgeous as it says goodbye to the valley and sets on another evening. This turning out Phoenix, Arizona at Grand Canyon University to be the home arena for San Jose State, at least for this setup with Boise State. And an opportunity to play like they're at home, and you know what they are. I mean, they're playing like they are a completely different team from the New Year's Eve matchup in which they lost by 52 points to Boise State. This is a totally different contest.
Well, you got to have a short memory. A game like that, you're not going to learn anything from other than the fact that you didn't play well. Put that out of your mind, turn it around, come out and compete. And that's exactly what they've done.
San Jose State coming in with a 1-5 mark, winless in Mountain West play. Boise State coming in at 7-1, a perfect 2-0 in Mountain West play. We told you earlier the big shocker was Colorado State going to San Diego earlier today and beating San Diego State. And an incredible run to the finish line. That second one was missed. And an 11-1 run to end things did Colorado State to beat San Diego State 70-67. Shocker. Also in conference play, Utah State too much for Air Force. They beat them by 19, 72-53. Alston whistled away from the basket. That's 4 fouls on Nate Lacewell. 10th team foul.
Darren, both teams are in for it because they're both in the double bonus, and we've got a whole 7:29 remaining. So every whistle is going to result in free throws going forward.
And so far, 9 of 12 for San Jose State. 23 of 28. Whoa, what a discrepancy for Boise State. Now 23 of 29.
They're the more physical team. They attack the rim. They have better inside bigs, so not surprised that they get to the line more often. To be honest, San Jose State's made a killing off jump shots.
Was a great pass to Washington, and now a chance for AG to go to the line.
And right as I say that, AG drops off a layup for and one. You know, he's been anxious to get back out here and have an impact, but the ball movement is spectacular. And right here, you're going to turn the corner, back door, little shovel pass. The big fella knows how to finish in traffic.
The sociology major, Ralph Agee. A 3-point play and a big one. Played at one point for Cal State Dominguez Hills, East Los Angeles Community College. Agee's got 10 points. 3 San Jose State players in big-time foul trouble with 4. 3 of them. Agee, Lacewell, and Simmons.
And that's why you see that zone right there paying some dividends. 1, keeps your guys out of foul trouble. 2, forces Boise State to their outside shot.
You can hear that big booming voice of Jean Prialou down below. 4-4 he is hollering to his team. Out the crowd, boy, you can hear some great natural sound and another chance to hop up to that line for AG.
And right there, that's just fresh legs. You were chilling on the bench for a good 10 minutes. You got all this energy, and now out come the post moves. 10,000 moves right there, but being effective, being aggressive right now.
So AG earns the responsibility, the son of Sine and Raphael, who, by the way, are grandparents. Ralph very proud of his son Kai, playing for more than just himself now.
I like the versatility in his game, but more importantly, I like the versatility in his hair. You see that? He's got the fro with a couple of dreads in there. That's quite a statement.
I like it. Rice comes back on.
Shooting one more for the Spartans for 35, Ref AG.
Oh, he's got a great smile, doesn't he?
Made for TV.
70-69. San Jose State with the lead. 7 lead changes in this one. And by the way, within those 7 lead changes, San Jose State has led a total of 54 seconds in this game.
Well, right now, I know they've got to be happy to be where they are. You know, to be embarrassed the way they were a couple of days ago, you know, against the team, you know, let's be honest, that was picked to finish in the top of the conference.
Right.
But then to turn right around and here have the lead with a few minutes to remain, I think they've got to be proud with the way they've come back and responded to that game.
Couple of quick bullet points from your mind as to the why. I mean, why has it turned around so dramatically?
Well, you shoot 23% from the floor and then 12% from 3. You're not going to beat anybody. And then what usually happens is guys start looking at the scoreboard and the defensive effort then drives off. And the next thing you know, a game that should have been a 15 or 20-point loss somehow gets to this crazy number of 50. And it's because guys literally just gave up in the second half. I mean, they got outscored 25 points in both halves. That has not been the case tonight.
Delcourt with a great penetration, went along the baseline, dumped it to Lacewell. And Lacewell will go to the line. Armush whistled for the foul that time. His third personal. Dennis and Acott both have 4 fouls for Boise State. Nate cannot get the roll. So Lacewell with 10 points. And for him, a thrill a minute, certainly. He came in averaging just under 2 points a game. This is a man who had 3 total field goals all season long. This is fun. He's got 3 in this game alone. So this is a bit of a coming out party. As to the why, I mean, this is a reason why. A guy like Nate, who hadn't done much, is doing something. The moments that Courtney put in, a freshman, and obviously the debut of Dalcourt with 19.
That 19 from Dalcourt is huge. First chance in a Division I game, and he's putting up almost 20 against a top team in the conference. They got a lot of things, a lot of positive takeaways from this game, regardless of the result. Right now, they got the mismatch. We'll see if the Spartans can cover it up.
Off the back of the iron. And no climbing over the back there, but he did earn the rebound. Armush looked like he might have just a bit, but again, I think it was just the height difference that made it look, as you mentioned, that mismatch. Boy, that's a tall order for Trey Smith right now.
They still have that mismatch on the block, and they haven't gone to it. Rice is nice from downtown.
Oh, partner, well said. Max Rice with the triple. That was nice, and it was huge. My goodness. Rice has got 11 points, his third triple.
You can see right now, Boise State believing in their man-to-man defense down the stretch. They get out of the zone, they go back man-to-man. San Jose State's got to remember, they're in the double bonus. Be physical, draw fouls. Don't settle for fadeaway shots.
Boy, great effort defensively, by the way. That one set up by Keychap. He swatted that basketball away, and then his teammates pounced on it. Look at Shaver go to work. Just fearless.
Now, this is NBA range right here. You see the ball movement, no hesitation, nobody's in his face, and that is Bottoms from straight away, top of the key.
At the line shooting 2, number 0, Marcus Shaver.
Rice earlier this year at 22 in 24 minutes against New Mexico. Shaver misses the first. Moore back on, Amari Moore.
We'll see if Moore can bring some offense to this game, whether creating shots for others or getting down in the lane himself. But now's the time. 5 minutes remaining, 3-point game, 4-point game. San Jose State can try to make it happen.
Moore is on, and his team is down 4. Moore with 8 assists, 8, and his team has 12. San Jose State has completely flipped the switch on this contest. They've had their hands full with Boise State the last couple of games, but this time they want the script, the final page of it, to be very different. Hang around. We'll read that final page in a moment. Corey Williams, Darren Sutton, and you, we thank you for hanging out with us. You and I were bouncing around some numbers as to how we got here, Corey. What do you think?
Well, the second half, San Jose State has been absolutely on fire, almost shooting 70% from beyond the arc, where Boise State has struggled, just 1 for 8. That's been huge in the second half, but most importantly, the one-on-one plays, the big buckets, the energy of the bench, the belief that they can not only be in this game, but win this game, when just 2 days ago, they really got their doors blown off.
A step back along the baseline. That is 13 points for Dalcourt in the second half. 13 points in the second half.
I mean, he's taking a one-dribble fadeaway on the baseline against 2 defenders. If there's something that lets you know he's feeling it, it's those kind of plays.
No travel called, and now it is called. I think he thought a whistle maybe stopped play. I think he thought it was a foul. Dalcourt again has 21 overall.
Right there, that's a playground move. That's a guy who's got the hot hand, and then his coach has given him the green light down the stretch to make those plays.
Go, shoot it, go. We've been waiting for you to debut. You're no longer a junior college player. You're a Division I player, and my goodness, is he playing like it. That's 23.
And right there, you're just not seeing great defense from Alston. He's a big-time player, but he got dog-walked right there. Took him straight from the top of the key and dropped him off at the rim.
Got a feeling Alston's going to be heard from loudly before it's all said and done. He's just 2 of 8 from the floor. Lines that one up, knocks that one down.
And he owed his teammates that one because the previous play, he didn't put forth the effort on the defensive end. Big shot right there, but got to turn right around and guard the hottest man on the court right now.
Had that feeling, and Alston will be heard from again. 3 of 9 with 15 points. 8 of 10, by the way, from the free throw line for Alston in this one. And a whistle that time. It looked like they got Shaver with the foul. That's his 4th. Dalcourt's been waiting forever to have an opportunity to play in Division I basketball. The time is now. In his debut, he has been electric. There's a veteran, though, who's been there and done that. And you got a feeling Mr. Alston will have a say. Hey, Jalen, that's right, you have been fun to watch in your Division I debut. There was a time at Iowa Western Community College when you had 23 in a game. That was your high. Guess what? You've matched that the first time out as a D1 player.
He's been unstoppable on the court, confidence sky high, knockdown threes behind screens, taking guys off the dribble. When you let a scorer get hot, anything can happen. Right here, crossover, pull up, Kobe from the baseline. He's feeling it, carrying his team in the second half.
Waiting the opportunity, waiting for the calendar to turn for eligibility to have him out on the court, and my goodness, has he made the most of it.
Shooting double bonus, number 11, Richard Washington.
The other part of this story is Washington. Washington with 19 points, but the second half has been his. 13, now 14 of his 20 points have come in the second half.
Right now you see the Spartans taking advantage of being in the double bonus. Getting fouled on the penetration results in some free throws. They got a chance to make this a one-point game.
Washington follows a shot, and that one bounces free right into his hands. 3:30 to go. AG has it stripped away.
Wow, that was a great move by Moore. Great drop off, but AG just couldn't keep the ball up high.
By the way, credit to Ray J. Dennis. It was his hands that got in there and knocked that ball free.
Coaches always tell the bigs, keep that ball up high, away from the little crumb snatchers.
That's exactly what Dennis was a moment ago.
Now this matchup right now, Moore against Rice. Moore has an advantage. They find him on the cut. We'll see if he can finish in the paint, and he does.
You were on it. You were on it. Amari Moore with the bucket.
That is going to be a problem the final 2.5 minutes of this game. Moore's just so much bigger than Rice. They may have to switch him off, get someone else on him.
Moore's got 7 points. He's got 8 assists as well. One more pass ends up in the hand of Shaver. A little step back and a kind roll.
Boy, that is so tough right there. Big buckets on both ends, but Shaver with the nice fadeaway at the free throw line.
Shaver's been a fun story. 15 points. He's got 6 rebounds and a couple of assists. It's a double-double. Look, it's interesting with Alston, right, for Boise State. Kind of feels like he hasn't been big-time impactful, but he's got a double-double, 15 and 10.
Yeah, he's going to get a double-double just off his size and being active. He's a smart player. He doesn't force anything. You don't see him out there shooting 1 against 3. He knows how to play, but obviously you want to see big, flashy plays when you see a skill set like that, but he's just a solid player. Right here, Moore cutting down the lane, taking advantage of the size. Easy 2 right there for him. And at the other end, you pass up the 3, you get in the lane, get the shot you want, and the soft roll. Just a player that's just not rattled. He's been smooth all night long.
I tell you, Shaver, and this is a simple-minded perspective, but Shaver and Dalcourt are very unorthodox in their play. They're fearless, too. Fearless, those 2 players.
And here you see the defensive substitution. Rice not in the game. Moore down the lane with the miss.
Look at Shaver. Look at him. Loses the basketball. Just lost the handle on it. They just wind him up. Just, you can picture, wind him up and just turn him loose.
Yeah, those guards have all that energy. try to set those screens and get them going towards the rim, creating opportunities for their team. It'll be interesting to see who the Spartans go to on this possession, down 2.
Shaver not far from 1,000 career points, and this from Dalport that time, and instead it's right back in the hands of the Spartans. Under 2 now. 2-point Boise State lead. Shot clock at 5. Oh my goodness, a triple from Washington.
That's some Steph Curry stuff right there. Just defender in there, dribble handoff, doesn't matter. Takes a great shot, but then it's a beautiful finish at the other end.
How about that with Alston? This is my game too. I know I've been quiet, but not anymore.
It's an amazing move right there. Not the best shot, but he gets it to go in traffic. Both teams making huge
That's
shots.
what great players do, though,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
You have to watch them the entire game. You have to watch them all 40 minutes because they'll show up at some point as Alston knocks that one out of bounds.
Well, that's great hands right there by Alston. But right here, that's just a fadeaway 3, nothing but net over 2 defenders. And this take right here, great move, doesn't beat the defense. The nice Euro step off the glass for 2 big-time plays at both ends. And right now, with 9 to shoot, the Spartans got to get a good look here.
How in the world did that go in?
It's like a quarterback in the NFL when you know you got the offsides call and you just throw it to the end zone. He knew he had the blocking foul, so he just puts it on the glass, and you know what? The basketball gods rewarded him with the horse shot off the glass. Big-time play. But that's what you want to do. You want to drive, get contact. You hear that whistle, just chuck it up at the rim. You never know.
We all played horse with our buddies, right? But picture one of your buddies just sticking his leg out when you take your shot. You trip and you still make it. He misses the free throw, though. His team's up by 1.
Now you got to start thinking time and score. That was a big free throw that he missed. It would have put him up 2, and they would be getting the ball back with the final shot opportunity. But there you see the flex cut and the finish.
And the greats finish. The greats close it. The greats are there when it matters most, and that's what we're seeing Alston do here on this run to the finish line.
This is just a defensive breakdown. You can't let your guys set a screen and bring an offensive player to the block. You've got to bump the cutter. They let Alston come to the block off the glass. He's too big, too strong, and he got the ball too deep.
So Derek at the line, and this is where he has spent money. 8 of 10 from the line. It's a 19-point, 10-rebound game. He's hanging around with 4 fouls. And boy, what a big free throw. What a big answer there.
Right now, the Spartans have to understand a foul is just as good as a great bucket. Be physical, be strong. The officials are calling it tight down the stretch, so force the issue if you can.
Steps back from 3 and drains it.
Are you kidding?
Washington.
Are you kidding me right now? That was probably the worst shot of the game, and it's nothing but net. Pump fake, step back 3. Now to defend without fouling.
Acott wide open from 3. A miss. Firing through, grabbing the rebound. Another opportunity for Boise State. In the lane, and that one is drained by Kijab.
There was a lot going on that possession. They got that offensive rebound with 20 seconds to go. I thought they were going to back it out. But they went ahead, got the bucket, and now the Spartans, after a 50-point blowout, are looking at the final possible shot of the game for the win.
First of all, you nailed it on Washington. This was just odd from the get-go.
He wants to get the defender in the air. He does it. He almost travels and then shoots a highly contested 3 in the corner. But when you're that hot, it doesn't even matter. Nothing but net. Big-time shot. But the answer at the other end, just taking his time, the fadeaway contested, gets the made bucket. And now we've got a 1-point game with 14 seconds to go. San Jose State do something downhill to the rim. If you got the chance to kick it out for the open shot, but you've got to get some type of action with a ball screen or just give it to someone who can make a great one-on-one penetration.
What a great story. Team dominated. Team shoots 23% from the floor. That same team, next matchup, closes the game. They're 7 of their last 9 from the floor right now. 7 of their last 9. And Washington's a big part of it.
They've been getting great looks. Washington's been unbelievable. He's gotten it going, and right now, the problem for Boise State is, who do you focus on? They've got 3 guys that are red hot. You can't really just leave anybody, but what you want to do is create a situation where we get some action, we get you rotating, because if we miss, we definitely want to have a shot at the offensive rebound.
Dalcard from the floor is 4 of 5 in the second half. He's got 15 points in the second half. Washington, 7 of 11 from the floor in the second half. 5 of 6 from 3. He's got 20 in the second half.
Right now, you want to get something to the rim. You don't want to basically just play handball for 10 seconds and then chuck something up. Get a good screen. Make sure you're set so you don't pick up those offensive fouls when you're trying to screen for these guards. But they're going to have to come out here with a great play. They probably want to get that shot up on the rim around 4 or 5 seconds to give themselves a second chance if they need it.
Boise State has won the last 8 in a row against San Jose State. Earlier today, San Diego State was knocked off by Colorado State.
And a key thing to note right here, Darren, a late foul kills you if you're Boise State. If you're going to defend, then defend the whole possession, but do not commit a foul inside 5 or 6 seconds.
All right, away we go. Heading into 10 seconds to go in this one. It's been Washington all second half. There is Aycott all over him. Washington fires short. What an effort by San Jose State, but in the end, a heartbreaker, a big-time heartbreaker as they come up short. Boise State, who wins a couple of days ago by 52, wins by 1.
Solid defense right there by Aycott. He got caught guarding the best player on the floor as the shot clock was winding down. He did not leave his feet. He stayed up. He contested the shot. He did not foul and delivered the defensive stop the Broncos needed.
This is the man who needed to shoot it, correct?
Yeah, he needed to shoot it, but he had the quickness. I was surprised he didn't blow by Aycott and get to the rim, but he's been so hot from the outside. He settles for the contested 3, still gets front rim, but just not enough. As you can certainly tip your hat to the Spartans. A great game played by them this time, but Boise State so tough down the stretch. They're able to gut this win out.
206 career wins now for Leon Rice, a big-time winner. Boise State is now 8-1 on the year. They had their hands full. He's Corey Williams, and certainly on behalf of our entire Fox Sports 1 production crew, a great hosting crew here at Grand Canyon as well. My name is Darren Sutton. Fox Sports 1 loves presenting Mountain West basketball. Another great one. We'll see you next time on campus.